Welcome everyone to Season 3 of the Minnesota Twins franchise, now on MLB The Show 18. Today we have opening day in the 2019 season between our Minnesota Twins and the Los Angeles Angels. I've been very excited to get this season underway ever since our offseason that saw us bring in many new star talents, including Dallas Keuchel, who is now the team's ace pitcher making the opening day start. We have a new season ahead of us after going 84-78 a year ago. After upgrading the roster, what could be in store this year for the Minnesota Twins? Let's quickly recap what happened this offseason. The biggest move of all was signing first baseman Paul Goldschmidt, one of the true elite players in the league. Because we didn't have any big contracts, we had the flexibility to target some of the best free agents on the open market. We even acquired Raisel Iglesias in a trade. But we also added Josh Harrison, who's going to play at second base, Charlie Blackmon, who upgrades one of our corner outfield spots, and Nelson Cruz. He adds elite power to a lineup that struggled to hit the long ball a season ago. With all these additions onto a team that won 84 games a season ago, what could the future hold for our Minnesota Twins? For the first time in this series, expectations are high. Now can our Twins match the hype that we created during the offseason? Let's get into opening day. Andrew Heaney versus Dallas Keuchel. The Twins won 84 games, of course, last year, while the Angels won 80. Their main addition this offseason was AJ Pollock from the Arizona Diamondbacks. But let's get into the offense now at the Twins, and Charlie Blackmon, our new leadoff hitter. We had our 1 through 4 spots in the lineup, all brand new players on opening day. And Blackmon gets us out on the right foot with a base hit to left, which extends his hitting streak to 21 games in the regular season. Up next, the second baseman Josh Harrison, who hits very well against lefties, and that's why he was batting second in this game. But unfortunately, his first swing as a Twin results in a double play. But here's the new superstar in Minnesota, Paul Goldschmidt, who hit 38 home runs a season ago and dominated spring training with 11. He ends up grounding out in his first at-bat, so the Twins can't make anything happen in the first. Let's go to the bottom half of the frame. This is Cyrus Johnson for the Angels. The first batter Dallas Keuchel faces in his opening day start, and he lays down a bunt. Sano charges and makes a good throw to first base to retire the outfielder. Andrelton Simmons up next as Keuchel misses a few pitches, falls behind, and ends up losing him to walk his first batter of the season. And that puts a man on for Mike Trout. 141 RBIs a season ago. That is incredible. But he dribbles this up the line. Sano again charging, and this time the throw is too late. 2 on now for the Angels as they get AJ Pollock, their brand new addition, a chance with a runner in scoring position. Pollock on the ground is short, and the Twins turn the double play to end the inning. That is something we did quite often a season ago. We get a scoreless first, now on to the second with Nelson Cruz. He is hitting cleanup here against lefties with that elite power. Sano then batting fifth. And Cruz turns on this pitch, sending it out to left field, but it is hauled in for another out. With 2 down, we have Yunel Escobar, who led the team with a .301 average a season ago, and he gets hit in his first trip. That takes us to Eduardo Escobar, who started this game in left. I wanted to go with all of our hitters who are best against left-handed pitching, but unfortunately Escobar just flies this into right, and the Twins are retired in the second. Bottom 2, Cole Calhoun, the lefty, who has good power, facing Keuchel. And there is the first strikeout of Dallas Keuchel's career with the Minnesota Twins, using that slider. Top 3, Jason Castro, whose name was not called very often in the spring. He batted around 100, and his starting spot could be in jeopardy with the emergence of catcher Mitch Garver. Heaney found his groove here in this inning, striking out both Castro and Charlie Blackmon. We go bottom 3 now as Keuchel settles in and delivers a fastball nailing the corner. Both pitchers getting the strikeouts. Dallas Keuchel not finished as he strikes out Sanchez. This time chasing the fastball. Back to the top of the order, and Johnson lays down another bunt. Now it's Castro who can't make the throw in time. I wasn't sure who Cyrus Johnson was. 35 years old, really good hitting against lefties, and blazing fast. He makes it to first base, so Andrelton Simmons up next, 2-2 as he battles with Keuchel, and Keuchel ends up winning it. Cutter gets the strikeout, Keuchel strikes out the side. Let's head into the fourth. It's Paul Goldschmidt again, and he's the second Twin to get hit by Andrew Heaney. Up next, Nelson Cruz with a man on, and Heaney nearly hits him. No control of this slider whatsoever from Heaney. 1-0 pitch is drilled up the middle. It's a base hit for Nelson Cruz. He will be our primary designated hitter. Then you have Miguel Sano, who also has a lot of power, but he swings and misses on the pitch low as Heaney gets a very key strikeout. Escobar next, and he goes low for the sinker. 0-2. Heaney gets him to chop it just in front of the plate. Heaney to first, inning over. Good job recovering after the early struggles. The beginning of this game was largely dominated by the pitching as Keuchel now faces Mike Trout, bottom four. 1-2, chopper to Keuchel, and he will apply the tag to retire one of the best hitters in the league. With one down, A.J. Pollock's second chance, he drills it into right field for a base hit. Pollock's speed now on first base. What do you think he wants to do? He's headed for second, and the throw is way too late to even have a chance of thinking about getting him out. So Pollock in scoring position, but the 0-2 is lifted toward the dugout. Sano is right there, and he has the room. As the Twins retire the side, we have 4 scoreless innings in Anaheim, and just 5 hits combined. The pitchers are doing their jobs. So top 5, we have Byron Buxton, who has to work his way up the lineup now with all the additional players we have. And he didn't have the best spring training, but does draw a walk here to give us a base runner. And to no surprise, Buxton is taking off for second, and he is safe by a mile. Runner in scoring position, Twins looking to score the game's first run. Jason Castro, the hitter, and he's going to left with a ground ball. All the way to the wall as Buxton flies around third. There's your first run of the season. Just as we all thought would happen, a Jason Castro RBI double. I suppose it's perfect timing for a player whose offense I've been very critical of, especially lately. Mitch Garver's spring was excellent, and I want to get him some playing time early. Here's Josh Harrison, the ex-Pirate, lines one into center. Castro holds up at 3 because Trout's arm is not one to mess with. That puts runners at the corners for Paul Goldschmidt. The 0-1 pitch from Heaney, lifted into center. Going deep, Trout to the wall, he watches this one fly into the batter's eye. It's a home run. 3-run shot from Goldschmidt, and the Twins open this game up 4-0. We saw this plenty in the spring. 11 home runs in games that didn't even count. It was no surprise to me that Goldschmidt went yard in his first game as a Minnesota Twin. Let's watch this one more time. Pitch on the outside, driven to center, 416 feet from home plate. This team should certainly have a lot more home run upside than we've seen in this series. We go bottom 5, a good lead here for Keuchel as Blackmon has some issues with this hit. This goes in the books as a base hit. Could have been caught though. Eugenio Suarez up next. The 2-2 pitch is drilled into deep right field. It bounces and caroms off the wall for a ground rule double. Second and third for the Angels with nobody out. A good response to what the Twins did in the top half of the frame. Also, I'm just amused by the ball physics and bouncing off the wall like that. 0-1, then we have Sanchez at bat, the catcher. And he bloops one into right, falling in, base hit. 1 run scores, looking for the second. Angels get it across and cut this lead in half. The 5th inning finally brings some offense. Back to the top, Johnson to second. Nice play by Josh Harrison to retire the speedy outfielder. Then Andrelton Simmons with a runner at second. He's going to fly into center. It falls in front of Buxton, and that'll allow the runner to advance. Now runners at the corners, and Mike Trout's the batter. It's time for a mound visit, trying to settle down the new Twins pitcher. Keuchel has to be careful with Mike Trout. The cutter misses low. 2-1, scorched to third. It's caught by Sano. What a key catch as the Twins get the second out, and then a pop-up. Keuchel settles down this inning. It could have been a lot worse, especially if that line drive had gotten into the outfield. Twins end up allowing two, but still maintain their lead. And after our success in the fifth, the Angels were done with Andrew Heaney. Yusmeiro Petit had fantastic numbers a year ago. He comes in to face Sano, who gets his first hit of the season, grounding through the right side. Yunel Escobar is up next. He'll dribble this up the middle, and the Angels record their second double play of the game. And in the process, Miguel Sano got hurt. I didn't see exactly what happened, but he hurt his shin and had to come out of the game. Jorge Polanco took his place at third base. We'll go bottom six now. Keuchel looking to go through another inning as Colt Calhoun grounds this to Paul Goldschmidt. And looking to complete the sixth, here is Luis Valbuena. With the cutter away, he gets strike two. And then Keuchel delivers the changeup on the inside corner and finishes off the sixth inning. And we'll take this to the seventh. Another new reliever for Los Angeles as this ball gets speared near first base and Buxton is unable to reach. We'll go bottom seven again. Keuchel still in the game. And the changeup nearly hits the corner, but he'll find that spot again and this time get the swinging strikeout. Keuchel ends up going 6 2/3 inning, only allowing 2 runs on the 7 hits and getting 6 strikeouts. We'll turn things over to our bullpen, which was surprisingly effective last year. Tyler Duffy, one of the players that made that possible. He comes in and gets a fly ball deep to right. Blackmon underneath it. Twins finish the 7th, still up 4-2. Beyond the 5th inning, there wasn't much offensive excitement. Top of the 8th inning, Goldschmidt up again, and he'll deliver another drive into center. Watching it is Trout. There's another home run for the new Minnesota Twin first baseman. 2 homers on the day. What a fitting debut for Goldschmidt, who dominated spring training alongside Nelson Cruz. I had to get very serious about upgrading this offense after the struggles of a year ago. Twins up 5-2, now Nelson Cruz turn, and he'll also send one over the fence. Back-to-back home runs. On your typical day this season, the plan is to have Goldschmidt, Cruz, and Sano, all 3 in a row in the lineup. We might switch it up from game to game. Cruz is better against lefties than Sano, so he gets the cleanup spot in this game. But wow, there is sure a lot to be excited about now with this roster. Twins up 6-2 as Duffy heads into the 8th, and Mike Trout, doing what he can, delivers a single into left, his second hit of the game. Pollock up next, had a hit earlier, but unfortunately for him, a strikeout here on the big breaking ball from Duffy. This breaks 11 inches and is way below the zone. Perfect pitch there from Duffy. Then it's Colt Calhoun who jumps ahead 2-0, fouls off the fastball, and Duffy loses him. 2 aboard now for the Angels. Things get interesting here as Logan Forsythe is at bat, grounded to third, easy play, Polanco to Harrison, and we head into the 9th. It's not a safe situation, so let's put Jake Reed out there. 3.08 ERA a season ago, and nearly Rookie of the Year. He's now our setup man this season. And a good job beating the shift. That's Luis Valbuena with a base hit. Eugenio Suarez up next. He puts a jolt behind this, and that'll be gone. Home run for the Angels. Suarez delivering 2 of the game's biggest hits with the ground rule double in the 5th, and now the 2-run shot, making it a 2-run game. Reed stays in, and then immediately gets the ground out at second base. Then it's Cyrus Johnson falling behind, and Reed gets him to chase that filthy slider that got so many of his strikeouts a year ago. That means it's up to Andrelton Simmons. 1-2. He'll battle like he did earlier, but Simmons looks at a changeup, nailing the corner, and the Twins win on opening day. A very fun way to begin the season as the Twins win 6-4, getting 3 home runs from 2 of their biggest signings all offseason. We also get a very quality start from Dallas Keuchel, who nearly got through 7 innings, only allowed 2 runs. And out of our 8 hits, 6 of them by players making their Twin debuts. The Major League season is very long, and we have a long way to go, but this is a great way to start our season. Now, with the Miguel Sano injury early in the game, I was wondering how long he would be out. It's looking like 1 to 6 days, so he'll likely miss the first series or 2 of the season. Here are some of the standouts after opening day, and I want to talk a little bit about what I'm going to do this year in terms of episodes. I expect our team to be a lot better, which means I want to slow the pace down and go through more games myself. There will still be simming, but I'll be playing a lot more of the games, and I'm deciding on how I want to do the episodes. I'll probably do a lot of them just focused on a particular 3 or 4 game series that we're going to go through and watch basically the highlights of all the games. I enjoyed doing that for the end of last season when I did that with the lookouts and the playoffs. And by the way, speaking of the minor leagues, I do like to show opening day for their teams as well. We've come to know a lot of these players, and they're obviously going to be eventual Twins, we hope. So I'll probably do an opening day episode showing off both AAA and AA, but their seasons began a few days after the Major League season. So I'll probably do another episode with the Twins first. We'll go through this series against Los Angeles and then the one against Texas. Maybe I'll sim the Texas series and play most of this first one. And then we have a long homestand with our first division games of the season. So a lot to look forward to. I'd love your feedback down below in the comment section. What kind of episodes would you like this year? And leave any feedback that you have down below for how I can make these episodes the best for you to watch. I want to have a very fun season here in the Twins franchise, and I think that the pieces could be in place for a very good year. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all next time. Please leave a like and subscribe, and have a great day.